Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I just want to discuss 5 mental health benefits of quitting alcohol. I quit for 5 years back in 2017 to 2022, and then I ended up thinking I could moderate pretty much and got kind of back on the booze, and within a few months I was back to my binge drinking as I kind of thought that would happen. And then I've recently decided to go alcohol free again, which is definitely, I'm definitely sticking with it this time. And I was never a drinker that would wake up in the morning and reach for a bottle of vodka, nothing like that. I was just your quintessential British binge drinker. And yeah, that's being 41 now. I'm sure everyone will know, once you get older, the hangovers get worse, the anxiety goes worse. So I'm back on the straight and narrow now, as they say. And I'll go through these 5 mental health benefits. I think if you're a if you're thinking about going alcohol free or kind of sober curious, I think it's for me it was just great to listen to somebody who's done it, to like what benefits can come, and there's so many of them. And even for people that are actually kind of living alcohol free now, I think it's always motivating and boosts you to hear kind of all, or get reaffirmed, all these amazing benefits you feel not drinking again. So the first one is reduced anxiety and stress, and I think this is definitely the biggest one for me. And I'm going to make a separate video on it. I used to have the worst anxiety ever after a 2 3 day drinking binge, and a binge for me would be, out Friday night, say, and get up and have a shower, do a few things, get some breakfast, and then maybe whatever it be, 2 3 4 o'clock, crack open a beer again, and then that might be me until midnight, 2 in the morning. And then sometimes on a Sunday I would have a few beers again, and maybe stop at about 5 6 o'clock at night. And then on Monday, after kind of 3 days, I would just be absolutely hanging on the Monday. And we call it the fear in Scotland. Some people call it the fear or anxiety, but that all just disappears. And I think for many people, from just the years and years of reading comments and watching videos, I think it's one of the biggest things. I remember Mondays, at work, loads of the companies I had working in IT, it was, you have your project meeting on a Monday at 9:30, and I just remember dreading it most Mondays, just feeling absolutely terrible and just on edge all day. And that would carry on sometimes for 2 3 4 days. It was absolutely incredible. And the second time I quit alcohol, actually, it was because I didn't have a monumental hangover like the first time. It was just my anxiety was just unbelievable, pacing the corridors and thousand thoughts going through my mind, and that just disappears. And just from a health point of view as well, I just think it can't be healthy half your week feeling anxious, and I mean like proper anxious over nothing. I've had anxiety over, unopened letters, or they've got a delivery coming, and I don't know when they're going to come, and just the thought of dealing with somebody for 5 seconds at the door was just like, oh, I couldn't even do it. So for that to go away is just an absolute game changer. And if you're watching this and you've got anxiety at the moment, just think to yourself, you know, I think, and if I do stop drinking within 72 hours, my anxiety levels will be 95% lower. They won't get rid of your problems, of course. You need to kind of compartment, separate. Actual issues will be over here. You might have financial issues and debt. That's obviously not going to go away, but much of this anxiety and stupid things you think about, you just won't think about anymore. And it's fast. It comes within a few days, 48, 72 hours for most people, I think. And within a few weeks, that anxiety is just completely gone. And it's just a massive mental health benefit. um, the second one is just around sleep. I don't think I actually really slept properly for years. You're out at the weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, so you're not really sleeping properly. You're not getting proper REM. You're just kind of anesthetized from the booze. You might kind of sleep 8 hours or whatever, but you're still feeling rough as anything in the morning. My sleep at the moment is just surreal. I go into the deepest sleep ever, have incredibly vivid dreams, and when I wake up in the morning, it's just like a different world. I'm so on the ball, and it's quite actually incredible. Just an incredible feeling every day after I've had the sleep. And the like I said, the sleep before wasn't proper sleep, so you have the 3 days of maybe you're drinking, or maybe if you drink every night, you're doing the same thing. And I would kind of have that 3 day binge or 2 day binge most weekends. And you've slept too long on the Sunday, so your sleep on Sunday night's terrible, tossing and turning all night, waking up 20, 30, 40 times. And then your Mondays are awful, and then it's the same on the Monday night. And it's maybe by the Wednesday, Thursday, you're getting an all right sleep, but you're still waking. I would still wake up 10, 20 times a night. And if you just think about that impact on your body, it's not great. And I never really thought I could get back to that feeling that you have when you're a kid, when you wake up on a Saturday and you just bounce out of bed. I'd done no research when the first time I quit for 5 years between 2017, 2022. I just woke up with the most monumental hangover that lasted a week, and I was done. And then I started kind of watching YouTube videos. So I'd never even thought about it. And to be honest, if you'd asked me, I never would have thought that I would be able to just go to bed at 10 o'clock at night and wake up at 6 in the morning feeling fresh as a daisy, bouncing about, can't wait for the day, ready for a walk, ready to go to the gym, ready to work. Just absolutely incredible. So that's another huge benefit that comes with drinking on the kind of mental health and kind of physical health side as well. The third one is just having a greater emotional resistance to stuff. When you've got, especially when you've got the first point I talked about, the anxiety, the fear, anxiety, you're just not good at dealing with things. Your boss might say something to you at work, your partner might say something at work, someone might criticize you. You might be out in the street and someone's, oh, you look a bit tired today, and then that kind of amplifies. Maybe somebody has a go at you for something that you did. And maybe it doesn't mean to say not a drunken thing, just a general thing at work. Maybe you forgot to do something, and somebody says, like, come on, we need to get this sorted now, and then you go into absolute panic mode. But when you normally wouldn't, you'd normally go, okay, brilliant, I'm on top of it, bam, get it done, and then you get a buzz from it. Whereas before, you would panic, get it done, you're still panicking. Oh, what's everyone thinking about me? Oh God, am I going to get sacked? Who's going to pull me up? I can't believe I did this. I wouldn't have done this if I wasn't out at the weekend, and all this crap. And it's just that having that resilience is brilliant. And also resilience against if something really bad's happening. If you get a bad, if somebody, unfortunately, a member of family gets sick or passes away, and you've just got that self confidence in you. If you're not boozing and you're alcohol free, to kind of deal with it, in a proper way. I can only imagine. Well, thank God it's never happened with me, but imagine you're in prime anxiety on a Monday, and then you get a phone call saying that somebody's passed away. I couldn't even deal with, like I say, a delivery driver coming to my house or opening up a letter, even though I knew it wouldn't be a bad letter. Or couldn't even deal with reading some text messages or answering an email, even if it wasn't a bad email. Just, oh no, I can't even get on my computer. Oh no, I can't deal with that today. Can you imagine if something big happened? And it's so just to have that back, that what I remember having when I was alcohol free, just to be able to deal with it, being able to deal with the pressures at work, and kind of thriving off it as well. Not only dealing with it, but thriving. It's a massive thing. The fourth one is a massive boost in self confidence and self esteem. So you can imagine maybe 6 months, 12 months in, you're now kind of known as a non-drinker. You're not the binge boozer anymore. You've got your house is all in order. All the DIY around the house is now done. You maybe paid off your credit card that you had, or you're on your way to paying it off. You've got a plan in place, brilliant. All your relationships are good because you're never late. You're turning up all the time. You've maybe lost that weight. You're looking good, and just that. Can you imagine that feeling 6 to 12 months down the line? And if you have already felt it, I'm sure you'll agree it's just such a great feeling. and you just get this self confidence. It's not like, and that self confidence is not, I mean, maybe you do walk into the pub or meet your friends with your chest sticking out, thinking, you know what, I'm doing well here. I look good. Maybe you've spent all the extra money on nice clothes. You say, I'm looking good. My hair's nice. I kind of look healthy. I've lost a few pounds. I'm walking every day, and but that self confidence, just for me, it's you know waking up in the morning or a point during the day knowing I'm absolutely on top of everything. You just get a moment, you look about, you're like, okay, that's done, that's done, that's done. I paid that off. Yeah, that's fine, brilliant, and you just get this natural buzz, like you're conquering the world. I mean, who wouldn't want to be in that position where you genuinely feel like you're kind of in this top 1% of like productive people who, like I say, you're logging on, for work, or you're starting maybe you own a business and at 7 in the morning you're already on it. You're maybe logging on at 9:30 in the morning, and you've already sorted your emails, you've already been to the gym, you've already cooked breakfast, you maybe already tidied up the kitchen from the night before, and you're so on top of it. Who wouldn't want that self kind of confidence in their world? And I think that's a huge one for me. And the last one is a big one again, and one that I suffered for. And we have actually a word in Scotland for it, although maybe not used so widely, but um, is the no brain fog. And I suffered from brain fogs like most people so badly, where and sometimes what we call it here is can't be arsed itis, can't be bothered itis, pretty much just a play on the it being like a disease you have where you just can't be bothered doing anything. Anything. I'm sure everyone's been there. When you've had a big session, and you really should do that laundry, but you just can't be bothered, and you've been looking at it for 2 weeks. All you need to do is maybe hang it up. All you need to do is maybe iron four things. Maybe it's already ironed and you just need to put it into the cupboard, but you just can't be bothered. Maybe there's one small wall that needs painted white in the bathroom, and it's been 2 months, and you're still looking at it and you're thinking, oh my God, I just can't do that. And like I said before, an email, maybe an old friend of yours who you still email now and again, or you sometimes WhatsApp, maybe they sent you a huge message, hey, what you been up to? How's work going? Have you been on holiday? And you're thinking, oh, it's going to take me 10 minutes to reply to this. Honestly, I can't do it. And in your head, it feels like somebody's just asked you to climb Everest. That's the amount of effort, mental effort it's taking to do it. And it's just not healthy, and it's like that with the letters. You'll look over at your side table, and there's 3 letters there that have been sitting there for a week and you've not touched them. And all of a sudden, these letters are kind of like talking to you now. It's starting to annoy you, but you just can't. You like the mental effort it'll take to open them and digest what's in it. And they won't even be bad letters. If you weren't even drinking and you didn't have anxiety or whatever, or the brain fog, you'd be right. You'd have opened it up straight away, right? That's it. Okay, yeah, just a reminder that I need to pay my taxes. Oh, that's my bank account. Yeah, oh, it's just a statement. Oh, I thought I'd asked for online statements. Don't know why they're sending me that. Or maybe it's a duplicate letter, which somehow I get all the time now. That's just, maybe it's just a duplicate letter that was sent. Oh, some other mistake. It's just crazy. And having that brain fog leave, and what is replaced from the brain fog is just pure energy, pure drive, just a total zest for the day ahead. And not only in a short term sense, I'm thinking 3, 4, 5 years ahead of just a way to apply for my master's degree. Thankfully, it's a lot cheaper here in the UK than it would be for people in the States, for example. Um, and we have in Scotland, if you're Scottish and you're um, study in Scotland, you get free education up until you finish your honours degree, which is an absolute. You pay a bit extra in taxes, but I do love that how anyone can go to uni here and leave debt free. Um, but yeah, that brain fog goes, and you end up thinking about all these things. How am I going to get this done? And before you know it, the wall in your bathroom will be painted. Every time the laundry is done, you've ironed it within an hour. It's already hanging up. And the next morning, when you get up for work, all your clothes are nicely ready and you're ready to hit the day. So just imagine, like I say, if you're boozing a bit too much just now, where you're thinking about it, that Imagine that feeling you have just now where you just really can't be bothered doing anything. It might even be something really bad, like, you really need to go and see your parents or you really need to phone your brother, but you've been putting it off for months and months and months. Just imagine you had like a zest inside you just now, just yep, I'm going to phone them now. Hey, how you doing? Like, hey, why don't you actually come over and visit? And get all that, just get all the crap in your life done day in, day out, and that cumulative effect, especially when you look back over the year and you think, God, I think I did more in this year than I have in the last 10. And it's like wild. Um, but I hope, hopefully, those five kind of gave you maybe a bit of motivation as well to keep going or to start your alcohol journey. I'm releasing daily videos at the moment, and I really hope they help. Because as I mentioned before, I just stopped, and I would have loved to have some, you know, people online just kind of go tell. I loved watching the B2 Habits videos and the guy Kevin, just going through the benefits and how he feels and what to expect. I just loved listening to them. So hopefully this one helps, and yeah, please like and subscribe if you like the video. Take care. Bye.